Why is it important to control what we eat?
So firstly, I would say that words are important. Right? The way that you speak to yourself is very, very important because it influences how you feel. When it comes to food and food choices, it's extremely emotional, and that's really the crux of what makes it such a difficult thing to manage. Is it's so emotional. We want to eat because we have these strong compulsions to eat and to consume, these yummy foods. So the way that we think about the project of managing our food is really going to change the choices that we make. And the choices that we make ultimately lead to gaining weight or losing weight, or put on muscle, or trying to do whatever it is we're trying to do. When we're out of control, that's definitely not good, and then that leads to bad choices, leads us to not eating in the way we want to eat. So trying to get in control, I started by saying words are important because when we're trying to control something, it's got a very sort of anxious energy to it. The fact that something needs to be controlled, it has a certain power. We give it so much power over us, and then we need to try and control that. It's this kind of good cop, bad cop manipulation. It's not something that you're excited to do. It's not something that you want to do. It's something about just trying to play a power game with it. No one likes to be controlled, and trying to control something is it's not something where there's a lot of heart in it. There's not a lot of passion and engagement and commitment in it. There's a wanting to do so. And this goes to a larger point that I always try to make and come back to whenever I think about what is needed to achieve this project, what is absolutely needed, and then we talk about all these strategies for control or systems and all these different things to try and make ourselves do stuff. Make ourselves eat right, exercise. Behind all of it is something that is absolutely needed if you're going to continue to do this over the long term, which is the desire to do it. If you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. It really is that simple. If you don't want to, you won't. Over the long term, you can force yourself to do something you don't want to do for a while, but then you run out of steam with that. Other priorities rise to the top, and then it's easy to excuse not doing it. But when you want something, when you want it so badly that there's no sense of trying to control something. If this is what I want, I'm chasing this. I desire this so much that energy of control is not needed. It's just something that you are driven to do, and you'll do what is needed at that time. And I might be controlling it in a sense. I'll have a desire for junk food come up, but then I'll choose to do something else. But making choices, knowing what the consequences will be, and then choosing those better consequences, then I wouldn't even have a feeling of control around that. It was just my natural drive to do so. So aligning yourself to your natural drive to do something is I think the much better way to approach this. Work on your desire, work on your wanting to do this, as opposed to trying to control it, because I just think anytime you try and control something, it's inevitably doomed. It's just almost a guaranteed failure within a relatively short period of time. So I'm here every week with new insights on how to improve your health, your life, your weight, information and insight you will not get anywhere. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next week.